Are you tired of feeling like a stranger in your own body? Are you snapping at your loved ones, crying for no reason, or just feeling off all the time? Well, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. Hi, my name is Jennifer Gaudet, and I'm a nurse practitioner and owner of Everyday Wellness located right here in Wichita, Kansas. And today we're going to be talking about hormone imbalance. Oftentimes when we're feeling off, the root cause could be our hormones. Mood swings are not just frustrating, they are exhausting. Emotional roller coasters often have you up and down, and you just really feel like something's wrong with you. And we try so many different things to try to fix the issue, and sometimes we just get nowhere fast. But it's not all in your head. Hormones like testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and cortisol all affect our mood and our behaviors. Oftentimes our females feel like they are just suffering from PMS, but a never-ending cycle of PMS. Men often will feel flat, unmotivated, they won't see the gains at the gym, and they just overall don't feel good either. Now, if you've made that first step and gone to see your doctor, nurse practitioner, physician's assistant, and said, hey, I just don't feel good, let's draw some labs. And the problem with that is oftentimes our labs can take a very long time to look like they're out of range, and oftentimes we can start treating that stuff before they're out of range. But in traditional healthcare, it is not uncommon to be given some different therapies first before we start addressing hormones. So some of those therapies are therapy, talking to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, maybe an SSRI, so that'd be an antidepressant similar to a Zoloft or a sertraline, something like that. Meditation, those are all really good therapies to help with flatness, not feeling good, or feeling down, depressed. But oftentimes that's not going to kind of fix the solution if those issues are rooted in a hormonal imbalance. Those other methods of therapies are really only going to mask your symptoms and try to put a band-aid on those symptoms, when really if we can do some labs and really tease out the causes of why you are feeling the way you're feeling, then we can start really treating it at the root cause and potentially get off some of those medicines that are supposed to be helping you but really aren't. So if like I said, if you have maybe gone to the doctor and said, hey, I'm not sleeping good, I'm not feeling good, I'm snapping at my kids, snapping at my spouse, my partner, it's not uncommon for your doctor to put you on an SSRI like Zoloft or Cymbalta or whichever brand of medication they're going to put you on to match your symptoms, and that may help a little bit, but it won't totally solve that problem, because again, if your testosterone is low, if your estrogen is going crazy, then it's just masking that problem and not solving it. So what can we do about that? So the first step is going to be finding yourself preferably a BHRT provider. BHRT is a brand of hormone replacement that specializes in pellet therapy. So that again is the most important step, is to find a provider that specializes in hormone replacement. Next, you're going to make an appointment and you're going to come in. So if you opt to come and see me at Everyday Wellness, you're going to come make your first appointment and we're going to talk about your history. You're going to tell me, what is bothering you? What is feeling out of whack for you? What's, abnormal? Then we are going to do a symptom checklist. That BHRT is wonderful that they provide these symptom checklists to kind of say, are you suffering from X, Y, and Z? Because sometimes things that we think are just normal or we don't even think about, sometimes those are symptoms too. And then we do a very in-depth lab panel. So we're going to be looking at your cell counts, we're going to be looking at organ function, we're going to be looking at really important things like vitamin D, vitamin B12 levels. All of that affects our energy as well. We're going to look at your ferritin to see if maybe you're a little anemic, maybe that's causing your fatigues and some of your symptoms. And then of course we're going to be looking at your sex hormones. So we draw an estrogen level, we draw a testosterone level, an FSH level, and we do some calculations once we have all those pieces of the puzzle so we can start building your treatment plan. Once we get all that done, you'll come in for your second appointment, and then we discuss your results and really what your options are. So let's just say you do qualify for hormone replacement and you do want to move forward. Are you going to want to do injections? Are you going to want to do creams, gels, pellets, troches, pills, patches? I mean, the list goes on and on. I personally love pellet therapy because it is a set it and forget it method of hormone replacement. I am a very busy person, much like you and the next person, so I am very bad about remembering to taking my pills every day, and I'm lucky if I take my vitamins maybe 5 out of 7 days of the week. With hormones, we really can't do that because, again, right now, when we are imbalanced, our body is doing this. If we're taking a short-acting form of hormone replacement, which would be, again, a pill, a troche, a cream, a gel, injection, those are short-acting, meaning we're going to bump you up, but it's not going to last very long, so it's going to come back down. So if you do not take your medicine like you are supposed to, and maybe you forget a day or two, this is what your hormone replacement is going to look like also. We don't want that. We want to be homeostasis, right? Like this. The only way of doing that with hormone replacement therapy is either you are going to be religiously taking those medicines at the same time every day or whenever your dosing schedule is, or you can get a pellet placed. Now, pellets are great because, again, it is set it and forget it. You come into the office and your provider is going to implant that into the fat tissue and layer above your gluteal muscle. So we're talking pretty much in the area right next to the upper part of your butt crack. We make a very small incision there and we implant these pellets. They look like a little grain of rice. And then what happens then when it heals, capillaries form around that pellet. Then at that point, and they're not even time release, which is great. So it's not a one size fits all. It's so specific to you. So it's based off your cardiac output, which means every time your heart beats and blood flows over that pellet, it is picking up the same amount of hormone every single time. So now your hormone replacement looks like this, right? Beautiful. So what can we expect? So oftentimes in females, we will start seeing better focus, better patience, emotional clarity, less anxiety, less feeling of being overwhelmed. Men are going to feel the same, but also too, I really hate to say it's so gender specific because both genders are going to appreciate and see benefits in all these areas. I hate to say men are going to see gains at the gym because females especially need really good strength training to promote good bone health and muscle strengthening as well. So if you are one that you eat good, you go to the gym, but you don't see any results, once you optimize your testosterone, you will start seeing those results in the gym again because we're going to talk about good nutrition, good sleeping habits. So we're going to be protein focused, which is protein is the building blocks of our muscles, and testosterone allows us the body chemistry to actually build muscles. So once we have our testosterone optimized and we're eating good protein focused, we can actually start getting muscular in the gym. Now, are you going to get like Arnold Schwarzenegger all swole? Well, I mean, it kind of depends on you and how much time you're gonna devote to the gym. However, on average, most of us don't want to look like that. If you do, more power to you. I think that's awesome. But the average person, we really just want to feel good in our clothes and love who we see in the mirror. And that is the goal for hormone replacement therapy. A lot of the times is just to love the skin that we're in. That way we can be happy with ourselves. Therefore, we can have a full tank to serve others. We can be good partners. We can be good parents, good workers, good, daughters, sisters, sons, brothers, uncles, all those things. We can't perform if our tank is running on empty. So hormone replacement is really all about putting yourself first and getting healthy again. If this sounds like anything you've been thinking about, been curious about, I highly recommend that you go to the link below and kind of check out the description. I have a link to my website where you can make an appointment. We can have a virtual appointment. We can have an in-person appointment. I treat anybody in the state of Kansas, and that would be your first step. So I can't wait to talk to you. Have a great day.